The only European series on this calendar for F1 Academy. This is round number 5 of the Dutch Grand Prix here for qualifying for F1 Academy here this weekend. Hello and welcome to, well, one of the most historic circuits on this calendar, won by many other drivers throughout this calendar. 4.259 kilometres and 2 17-lap races still to come, and the race lap record held by Abby Pulling, 136.8. We beat that race lap record in FP2 a little bit, well, actually, yesterday afternoon. Delightful to join you with me here for this afternoon, and hello to Dominic. Hello. I catched you like at the last second. Hello, Dom. How are you? That will work. Yep. No, thank you, camera stand. You've really put me in the mud this morning. That's like the 4th time. That happened 4 times before I started the stream. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. I caught you like last minute, Dom. It was okay. 30-minute session, and the track is just slightly wet at the moment, so I'm expecting the wets to be used within this one, and that's exactly what's happening here. So the wet tyres going out. Of course, we did see these young drivers wrote these wet tyres yesterday in FP2. You can see that's a good shot. Looking down at turn number 1 as the cars exit the pit lane, and now we'll make their run through the banking and off to get some heat into these wet tyres. Now, we did see Chloe Chambers top FP1 and FP2, so I'm expecting her to have some sort of pace here in qualifying. You can just see the spray that's being kicked up from the car behind, which that is Tina Hausman, as we run on board here with Ella Lloyd in the McLaren liveried car. Slight bit of spray, but that's mainly offline. So when you're online, I think you're pretty much good. It's just when you're offline, that's where you'll probably get the most spray kicked up at your face. So you probably don't want that on a qualifying lap. Here is the rookie for this weekend, Kosterman, who's done pretty well so far. Finished 11th in FP1 and 14th in FP2. So not bad running for the first 2 practice sessions that she did get within this car. Alicia Palmosky finished 1st in FP1 and 7th in FP2. So again, not a bad result. Rafaela Ferreira, the Brazilian driver. We do not go to Brazil. I reckon F1 Academy should go to Brazil. Here we go to most other circuits. In 2023, we went to Kota for the first time, and ever since then we have not went to Kota for F1 Academy. Chloe Chong over radio.
The bone is completely dry, but the rest of the track is completely wet.
Now that's and that is a car in the gravel. I think that is Joanne Giaconte. She was in the gravel in FP2. She's now in the gravel here in FP1. That's a bit of a problem for Joanne Giaconte, and she said over the radio she is okay, which is amazing to hear. Indeed, and I reckon she's gone in backwards. Okay, so that's heading into turn 1. That is Ava Anastasius. That's Anastasius, so she's in the gravel as well. So Jaconte and Anastasius, have they... Oh, they're in two separate parts of the circuit. No, they're in two separate parts of the circuit, I reckon. But that's quite unfortunate for Anastasius and Joanne Jaconte. Had a bit of a tough weekend as Jaconte. Yeah, again, ended up on the gravel in FP2. Not exactly what she would have wanted to start qualifying. Let's take a look at what happened here with Anastasius. And again, my camera stand failing me. She was just tapped by one of the American Express cars on her run into turn number 1. Yeah, just tapped by Nicole Havradar and straight in the gravel.
What happened? Nicole just ran up and put me in the gravel.
Oh, that is...
Yeah, that is quite unfortunate. Nicole Havradar there just pipping her in the backside, and that has spun her right around and straight into the gravel. So yeah, turn 1 incident involving Havradar and Anastasius, noted for causing a collision. So that might go the way of possibly a grid penalty, possibly. Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome to the stream, and chat's working. Shh, you're gonna jinx it. Shh, you're gonna jinx it. Stop it. You're gonna jinx it. You're gonna jinx it. Ava Anastasius hopping out of her car. She is A-okay, luckily. But I want to see what happened to Joanne Jaconte. Have they made contact? And hopefully not. But yeah, so red flag in this session for qualifying. 27.5 minutes to go. 2 cars in the gravel at 2 separate parts of the circuit. Turn 3, and I think we've got one at turn 1. So, bit of a hectic start to this 30-minute qualifying session. 27.5 minutes to go. He's Ava Anastasius. This is what happened. So Nicole Havradar closing up on the back of her, starting a lap, and it's I don't know. Anastasius has turned into turn 1. It's more like a racing incident, but really it's not. So Anastasius turned in, just didn't realise Nicole Havradar was there. Nicole went straight on, and Anastasius ended up in the gravel. I want to see what happened to Joanne Jaconte, because she was another driver that was in the gravel as well. As to if we were going to replay that, I'm uncertain. So, there's Anastasius walking off. You don't actually realise how banked turn 1 is there. It is quite banked. Unlike what you'd think of turn 3 and turn 11. It's turn 13 into the box. So, they're two different things. Yeah, they're two different corners, turn 1 and turn 13. And then you've also got turn 3, which is the second of 3 boxes around this circuit. There's a full-on name to that. There's a Galabot. I could not. Yeah, I butchered that. Laugh at me because I deserve that. Turn 1 Tarzan bot. Got ya. Tarzan bot. Got that one. Got that one. The rest, don't even try me with the rest. Green flag is back out, and the cars are back out on the circuit. So, good to see that the recovery crew, they're working quite heftily in getting the cars recovered. Of course, the first action out on track this morning. So, of course, racing around this wet circuit with a bit of a rain shower overnight has wetted the circuit up. Let's take a listen to Alicia Pamosky and what she had to say after free practice.
It's my first time at this track, and I'm a huge fan. It's a really old school circuit, really technical, very, very challenging. It's very physically demanding on the drivers. There's no margin for error as well. The walls, gravel, grass, everything going on is very, very close. So the margins between drivers are very small as well. So expecting a tough weekend ahead, but big fan of the track.
So Alicia Pamosky seems to be quite a big fan of this circuit. Turn 1 incident involving Havradar and Anastasius will be investigated after the session, causing a collision. So race control have noted that one down. They will be investigating that after the session. Here, 25 minutes and 45 seconds to go within this session. Here as the Red Bull crew watches on for their drivers, Chloe Chambers and Alicia Palmowski, the two Red Bull Academy drivers, as we look on board here with Leah Block, the Williams Academy driver, as she runs through turn 1 and using that curbing there to her advantage as she swings it into turn 2 and 3. Chambers over the radio, the track is drying pretty quickly. So, are we thinking of the dry Pirelli rubber? That could be a question at the end of this session here as Leah Block makes her run up through the fast 4, 5 and 6. 5, she runs into 37.4 is that first sector. She just is very squirmy as she runs into turn 6. She brave, use the curb into 7, the fast right-hander. Lift off 2 into 4th, then braking again into 8. This is the tricky complex of corners. Then this is 9. This is the Renault Bocht. Sorry, this is 10. This is 10. The long right-hander. Double apex. Again, using the curb if you're brave enough in the dry. Even in the wet. This is nearly max gear. 5th. Dropping it 2 into 3rd. Using the curbing. Into 11 and 12. On the exit, trying to keep the car straight. Try not to lose the rear end. Then into the, well, more or less banking part of the circuit. It feels like it never ends this next corner. This is turn 14. Turn 13, the start of it. And then it's turn 14. They're using the lower line. Leah Block now to the line. No push to pass, no DRS. And Leah Block to the line. It is first, 148.8. But it is not an indicative time. Aurelia Noble's 148.805. She's gone quicker. Courtney Crone up to P3. Elizabeth, if you're still watching, you know just how exciting these sessions can get. Ella Lloyd's 4/10 up through the second sector. And the same through the first sector. We could be seeing some fast times here within this session. Tina Hausman, personal best through the first and second sector. Going quite rapidly is also Tina Hausman. Personal best, first and second sector. Cool shirt, BTW. Yeah, I know, I like it. Ella Lloyd, my book to the top, 148.3. What does Ella Lloyd do? She gets a slipstream to the line. Second, still 3/10 off. That's a good lap from Maya Vug, apparently. Tina Hausman to the line. Not really getting slipstream. Oh, she does. Second, good lap, 148.5. Those first 2 sectors were absolute stormers there from Tina Hausman. That's put her up into P2. Of course, for those people that don't know and who are watching the stream, qualifying is reverse grid for race 1. And then race 2, it's results of qualifying. So, I know, it can be quite confusing. But, yeah, I got confused when I first watched this as well. So, I'll give it to you. Maya Vug, purple through the first sector. As she runs through turn 5. Turn 6 now, and making her run into what feels like this is turn 10, so making a run into what feels like the never-ending turn 10, trying to keep the car straight now, the long run into turn 11. Funnily enough, you do not use 6th gear around this circuit, except for the final 2 corners, using the curbing into turn 11, and then into turn 12. The LDS. Then she will make her run up towards the Tunnel West banking. Hello, Thomas. Welcome to the stream. You caught the F1 Academy qualifying session here. How's everyone doing? I am doing great. Thank you for asking. As Maya Vug makes her run to the line, the Ferrari coloured car. Maya Vug to the line, and she's gone fastest, 148.053. To go fastest so far. Chloe Chong up into P8. She's done a 148.8. So again, we're still 9 or so seconds off the pace of what we saw in FP2. But of course, that is when the track was at its best. When we had 40 F1 cars ramping around this circuit. What's good, KL? You're doing great, Travis. I am doing great, Dominic. I am. I really am. I really, really am. Here as the F1 Academy manager there, watches on through the timing screens and probably through the TV screens as well. Nina Gademan, the Alpine coloured cars, as she runs through turn number 1, and her goal will probably be, well, aim for pole position. If she can't do that, and that's what most drivers will do when they know that they don't have pace. They can aim for the reverse grid pole position and try and score some points. Now, we have seen through practice that Aurelia Nobles she has been quite quick through the speed trap. That could play a bit of a factor later on when we go racing for F1 Academy. Could play a bit of a factor because she could make a few moves if there is a safety car restart down that back straight, because you can't overtake until the timing line. So that's quite a rule that people have fought out in the recent past.
Oh.
So they're being asked box for slicks. I don't reckon it's slicks. Really, I don't reckon it's slicks. As Dominic Pan gets a lot of understeer, gets a chunk of understeer as she runs into turn 13, and now on the exit of turn 14. No push to pass, no DRS, so she's just using off his car's straight line speed. To the line, it's to the top. It's 147.7. Other times dropping. Is the track getting better? Is it drying out? Quite possibly. When you have 18 cars running around this circuit, well, at the moment it's 15 cars running around this circuit. It can dry out quite quickly. Nina Gateman making her run to the line. No slipstream, no DRS. To the line, it's third spot. Good lap, 148.4. So Leah Block being asked to box for slicks. It's too early. It's too early. There is, I don't know, there's parts on the circuit where it's possibly just a little bit too wet. Like, even down this front straight, there's still spray kicking off these wet tyres. And even Albert Larson locking up. And that is the team viewer car. Ella Lloyd, of her experience in F1 Academy within the last few races, she's gone off. So that just shows that the grip levels aren't there, proving as to possibly why Leah Block should possibly stay on those wet tyres for the moment. Chloe Chung in the Charlotte Tilbury entry has gone personal best through the first and second sector. Chloe Chung over radio.
I think the tyres are starting to get chewed up.
Okay, do you think it's safe to gamble for slicks?
I think it's still wet still.
So it's a tough choice. Chloe Chong moves up into 5th. It's a 148.6 that time for Chloe Chong, up into P5. We did see, I was going to mention that with Dorian Pam when we rode on board with her with her fastest lap. Those wets did seem to get chewed up as Alba Larson comes to line. It's P12. It's a 150.1. But yeah, those wets did seem to get chewed up on the lap that she was doing there. So maybe it's close to wets. Yeah, you never know. As Leah Block, you can see those dry tyres going on that car. They're gambling down there in the pit lane for Leah Block. And so Courtney Crone going under the dry tyres. And yeah, this is smart. So they're not using their brand new set of Pirelli rubber. They are using Leah Block is. So Leah Block using the brand new set of Pirelli tyres. For Chloe Chambers, they're using their older set. This is smart. So Leah Block, I guess they can put some heat through the dry tyres if it isn't worth it. But you can see the shine on the tyre. And that's not because it's brand new. That's because there's still water on the circuit. So Leah Block, this is a real risk to be running out there on those dry tyres in this qualifying session. I wouldn't do it. I'd probably wait here because it's genuinely, we're not ready yet. It isn't. Emma Felbermeyer going off those wets onto the dry tyres. Are they new? Can you see how you know when these new dry tyres are brand new? there's normally a sticker on them. I didn't see a sticker on those Pirelli tyres. So, as Americans call it, as American racers call it, sticker Pirelli tyres. Are there any stickers on those cars? I can't see them. I can't see any sticker tyres. So, these seem to be old, and our camera crew will be calling that for us. No stickers on those tyres. Turn 1, involving Ella Lloyd. Note, failing to follow race direction instructions, escape road instructions. So, I don't see what she did wrong then. She cut through the gravel. I guess it was more or less an unsafe release when you cut through the gravel. But, and you spin it around in the gravel and the unsafe release it out of the gravel. But yeah. So yeah, first quality session back. It's wet. It's been dramatic. That's what we like to see. Leah Block starting her lap on the dry tyres. This will prove if this is worth it. She doesn't seem as if she's fully pushing. Now, that's understandable. And because it's wet, it will take a few laps for these dry tyres to get up to temp and pressure. But we'll see what this first sector is like. It's, oh wow, 3.5 seconds slower. So the dries are still slower by 3.5 seconds. Now, we did mention in FP2 yesterday for F1 Academy that, yeah, you can just see she's understeering. It is very much not time for the dry tyres. But if she feels as if she goes back onto the wet tyres, that she will just chew those tyres up even more, you might as well stay out there until the track dries. So that will be good data for people like Emma Felbermeyer and Chloe Chambers, who are going on to those dry tyres. That will be good info for them, because then they'll know that, oh, these dries are probably not worth it, and it's probably just worth it sticking it out in the pit lane and hoping to God that people just run around this circuit and dry it out a bit here. But this is just an example here. Leah Block is 100% focused. This is 110% focus all the way around this circuit here to just try and get a lap done on these dry tyres. See if it's worth it. It's nearly 4.5 seconds slower. But I'm going to say she's going to keep... Oh, no, that's proof. Now, if that isn't proof, I don't know what else is. There, so Leah Block going straight on. And she's in 8th at the moment, so those dries aren't the tyre to be on for the moment. 13 minutes to go in this qualifying session as the time ticks down. My Vug is in the pit lane at the moment. She's sitting in 2nd. As we take a look at the replay that just happened for Leah Block. Just locking up that right front tyre slightly. And straight on. I don't think that will... I'm not sure if that left a mark on that tyre. I don't think it would. But I guess we'll wait and find out. But at least that right front will be warmer than what it was. Courtney Crone starting a lap on the dry tyres. You can see how squirmy it is even before they hit turn 3. And compared to the F1 game, they're using the higher line. So you don't use the lower line like you do in F1 25. In the F1 25 game, they use the higher line. So they use the banking to try and carry momentum through the corner. It'll try and carry as much momentum through the corner. So Courtney Crone not improving through the first sector at the moment. She's 2.5 seconds down. But it shows that this track is improving ever so slightly. Of course, streaming Formula 1 Practice 3 next. And then an hour later, I'll be streaming qualifying. So yeah, I would have streamed Practice 3 yesterday. But I would have streamed F1 Practice 3 yesterday. And there's a yellow flag out in Sector 1 and 2. Courtney Crone has gone 1.5 seconds faster than Dorian Pan. So she's gone purple through the first sector. Courtney Crone could be on to snag, with 11.25 minutes to go, provisional pole. That's going to change. Let me let me confirm that to everybody listening on here. That will change if people go out on the dry tyres. Courtney Crone to the line. Is this provisional pole? P3, 148.4. The dries are coming into it now. Courtney Crone, P3. Alicia Palmowski has gone personal best through the first sector. That would have lit up the pit lane, by the way. People then would have seen that and they would have been like, yep, dry as it is. Dry as it is. So Leah Block, her gamble of going onto the dry tyres early has possibly paid off. Palmowski, 1.5 seconds up on Diane Pan as she runs through the banking into the box. Using that lower line, as I've been saying throughout this session, and making now her run to the line. She'll get a slight toe off the car in front. To the line, Aurelia Nobles goes to the top. Stopped quickly by Palmowski, 145.4. Yellow flag in sector 1 and 2. That would have been a car going off. As to who that is, I will have no idea. Green flag, so the track is clear. 9.5 minutes to go. Ella Lloyd up at a P5, 148.0. Still 3 seconds off the pace as Tina Hausman moves to the right-hand side of the replay here. And this is why the yellow flag was shown. Tina Hausman getting back on. And then, Rafaela Ferreira. That is why the second yellow flag was shown. Because just a touch with the barrier down there for... And then this is Joanne Giaconte making a bit of a lock-up to that right front tyre. Ever so slightly. Tina Hausman also getting, smack with the wall. So there will be definitely a bit of damage on that car. Just understeered. And those dries not having the true grip that they should. There's a yellow red flag. And, big off for Aurelia Nobles. Big off. And I think that is that. Quick guess, turn 13. Am I right? It is. No, I'm not. I'm not right. Shut me up immediately. That's that turn 8. So turn 8, Aurelia Nobles has gone off. And into the gravel. Red flag, 9.25 minutes to go. The Brazilian driver off the road and stuck in the gravel. So the Puma driver, they will be hoping to be recovered shortly. And she will be, because I did see the big crane sitting there waiting for instruction. And I'm guessing she just had a sideways moment. And, no. And Aurelia saying no over the radio. That's strange. We didn't actually catch how she went off, unless she just got sideways and spun into the gravel. But by the angle that the car's sitting, it doesn't seem as if she got sideways. It seems as if she just went straight on with a bit of understeer. That would be quite possible there. But in those gravel traps, you just have to keep the foot floored, the throttle floored to the... You just got to have the throttle flat to the floor through those gravel traps, because you're not going to be able to get out. Car 21, Palmowski lap 7, time deleted, track limits turn 3. So, Palmowski getting track limits turn 3. So, her lap time will be deleted. And car 22, Aurelia Nobles lap 8, time deleted, track limits at turn number 3. So, Nobles the one that is out of this session. That didn't seem as if it was turn 3. As Leah Block sits in the pit lane. Oh, wow, you can see how wet those dry tyres are. Just shows how it's very much a slippery circuit out there at the moment. Very, very much. And those Pirellis still look as if they're brand new, but it's just water that had picked up on those tyres. As Aurelia Nobles gets walked back to the pit lane by the marshals that have done more or less an amazing job this weekend. Alicia Palmowski sitting in her car, 14th at the moment. Definitely will be wanting to improve her time. As Alicia Palmosky, this is what happened to her. That's why she got the track limits. So, turn 3, that's at the banking. So, just over the white line, and her lap time will be deleted. That is why she's down in P13 at the moment. And I reckon in a few minutes' time, we should be back to green flag running. So that's the second red flag within this qualifying session here. As the cars will be getting ready now to head back home to the circuit.
Jack's going to be evolving at a rate of knots, so just need to keep pushing. Yeah, don't settle.
Yeah, that's all right.
And Felbermeyer, they're being told just keep pushing. So the track is evolving. It is drying, and the dry line has officially appeared on the circuit through turn 3, and even through the turn 13 and turn 14, a dry line is appearing. So the track is evolving, getting quicker and quicker, and just with a little bit of sunlight, which on command, it appears, sunlight appears on command. There, the track should get a touch drier for these cars. Nina Gademan now making her way out of the pit lane, and the green light is on, green flag is out, and we go back to our qualifying session. 9 minutes to go in this one. Cars make their exit out of the pit lane. Acadmey Qualifying making her run now down through turn 3, and speaking of sunlight, it is beaming down, and that's what's probably making the track a little bit quicker, lap by lap, minute by minute here, as Maya Vog will make her way out of the pit lane as well. These drivers will possibly get enough time for about, on guesstimate, about 7 laps, 6 laps, possibly with 8 minutes to go, about a minute 40 lap. I'm going to say 6 laps for these cars, but at the moment, Leah Block is on provisional pole position here.
Now it's hammer time.
I think hammer time is a good word for that, for Leah Block. Now it's hammer time. Who's going to grab pole? Leah Block, Emma Felbermeyer currently on the front row. On reverse pole, it's Chloe Chong. You're seeing Leah Block at the top. She could be P18 by the end of this session, because everybody, and I mean not just one person, I mean literally everybody, will improve. Literally everybody will improve a spot, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6, or 7. You get the pattern. Everybody will improve in this session, which makes F1 Academy just that little bit more exciting. Dorian Pan making her run to the line now, and she will start one of possibly 2 or 3 laps. And behind her, Tina Hausman. Behind her, Rafaela Ferreira. Sorry, Ferreira is in the pit lane. That is Nina Gay. No, it's Aurelia Noble's behind her. It's Aurelia Noble's behind her. As Dorian Pan makes her run through turn 3. And you can see she's just carrying a little bit more speed. Just a little bit. Kosterman has the fastest speed through the speed trap at the moment. 195 kilometers an hour. That is quick. Dorian Pan 2 seconds up through the first sector. What a first sector for Dorian Pan. As she makes her run through turn 6. Sorry, through turn 7. And then now into 8. So this is 9 and then into 10. She runs, and on the exit, getting the power down. And she'll get a slight tow, possibly, from the car in front. The car in front is currently at turn 11. She's 3 seconds up. She will be on target to grab pole position, but there's someone out there that is going about 1,000,000 times quicker. Ella Lloyd through the second sector's fastest. Maya Vug through both sectors are even quicker. The three protagonists for the championship are on a stonker. Leah Block 43-0, 3.5 seconds up. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. Nina Gateman to pole. Kostic up. Darian Pad to pole. 42-1. Tina Hausman 5th. And watch out for Ella Lloyd, who's getting a toe. 4 tenths faster, she goes pole. Maya Vug 2nd, doesn't grab pole, but there's still 5 minutes to go. Chloe Chambers has not set a time. Which you have just noticed, Chloe Chambers has not set a time. Why have I not noticed that? Chloe Chambers has not set a time. Emma Felbermeyer is up. Purple, personal best. Chloe Chambers, she knows she's quick in the dry. Can she do it? To the line for Chloe Chambers. It's provisional pole. 141.5. Emma Felbermeyer 4th. Hello, are you live? I certainly am. Alicia Palmosky, purple through the second sector. Does she grab pole? No, it's 6th, 142.7. Wow. Where's Leah Block? Well, she's 8th. She went from pole to 8th. Hello, Dan, how are you? As there you go. So that's just one lap. Here, expect possibly more laps to come through as Dorian Pan continues to improve through first sector. And was I expecting that? Absolutely not. I was kidding. I'm kidding. I was expecting that. Along with Leah Block, who is also improving as well. So Leah Block and Dorian Pan improving along with Ella Lloyd. So, personal best. First 2 sectors for Leah Block. Dorian Pan, fastest first 2 sectors. Everybody's improving. Leah Block making a run to the line now. It's first, 141.5. 100th quicker Leah Block. That will be beaten possibly. Dorian Pan a toe to the line. First, 141.2. Ella Lloyd, she'll get a slight toe. She goes pole, 141.1. Jaconte has just got a lap deleted for track limits at turn 3. Again, that's another driver that's been caught out. Ella Lloyd is on provisional pole, 141.1. 3.5 minutes to go. Emma Felbermeyer, purple through the first sector. in the kick Academy car. As she will make her run to the line out of the box. Chambers on pole, displaced by Emma Felbermeyer by half a second, 140.5 for Emma Felbermeyer. She's on provisional pole, and the track is ramping up. Palmosky now goes second, 140.7. So, just keep doing laps. Really, just keep doing laps at this point. That's all you can do. Leah Block has moved up into 6th. Dorian Pan, championship leader. Where's she at the moment? She's 5th. Turn 1 incident involving Nina Gateman and Kostic noted causing a collision. Dorian Pan, she's just a bit too close. Getting that dirty air from the car in front. Now, there's a slipstream error, or there's a dirty air. And this is possibly just grabbing a bit of dirty air from the car in front. That is one of the Charlotte Tilde re-entries as Ella Lloyd and Maya Vug absolutely flying. Leah Block up into P3, 140.9. Dorian Pan will get a toe. This is a juicy toe from Dorian Pan. She goes pole, 40.5. Ella Lloyd goes pole now. 6 tenths, it's a 39.9. Maya Vug is also improving. She will go pole. Purple, first and second sector. Pole, 139.6. I'm going to stop saying pole because that will change. Chloe Chambers, personal best first and second sector. Emma Felbermeyer as well, personal best first and second sector. And our last P9, Chloe Chambers, P2. Emma Felbermeyer, P4. Palmosky sitting in 6th. She's again improving. Personal best first, second sector. Leah Block improving. Personal best. Palmosky to the line, second, 139.676. So purple through that final sector just wasn't able to pick Maya Vug. She's 400ths off pole. Alicia Palmoski will get tight with 70 seconds to go. Leah Block, 2 tenths off. 2 tenths up on Maya Vug through that second sector. She's on par. No, she isn't. She's 2 tenths up on her personal best. She's not as close to Maya Vug as what I was thinking. But Maya Vug is improving on her personal best. She's 400ths up on Palmoski. She's improving through the second sector now. This is a personal best for her. Leah Block will improve. To the line. It's pole. 139.2. Good lap there from Leah Block. Maya Vug is on to beat that. Courtney Crone, P8. Nina Gaiman, P7. Tina Hausman, P8. People are coming to line fast and furiously. 15 seconds to go. Maya Vug will get another lap. This might bag her pole, does it? It does. 38.9. 3 tenths faster than Leah Block. Diane Pan is down in P9. She needs another lap. 5 seconds to go. And I think she is on another lap. She's 1.5 seconds off. Courtney Crone to the line. Chloe Chambers, second. She doesn't grab pole. 39.1. Emma Felbermeyer to the line. Doesn't grab pole. 3.5 seconds off. 42.2. Palmoski, can she grab it off Maya Vug? Yes, she can! Palmoski grabs pole off Maya Vug for the moment, but Maya Vug will be on another lap. So Palmoski just grabbed herself pole. Diane Pan is on, well, no longer. Tina Hausman is on reverse grid pole for race 1. Start just pipping your eye to that. Tina Hausman on reverse grid pole. Diane Pan at the moment is in the worst position to start in a reverse grid position because you start 11th, make positions, you start 11th for the next race. Maya Vug is flying. Leah Block is flying. What does Leah Block do? It's 4th. Ella Lloyd is up through the first and second sector. My voice is dying at the moment. Personal best first sector. Yellow second sector. Courtney Crone up into P9. Nina Gaiman up into P5. Tina Hausman up into P5. Diane Pan has dropped to 12th. Ella Lloyd second. Diane Pan now moves up into P5. At the moment, it's Emma Felbermeyer on provisional pole. Not on provisional pole. Reverse grid pole. Maya Vug takes pole. 138.3. And I don't think anybody else is on to beat that. Maya Vug has just grabbed pole position. Courtney Crone, Chong goes 12th. But the Pirelli pole position goes the way of Maya Vug. 138.8. And that is pole position for race 2. Emma Felbermeyer will grab reverse grid pole. And Diane Pan will be starting 5th. So it's actually not a bad spot to start for Diane Pan. She starts 5th for race 1. She'll start 5th for race 2. So it's a good spot to be in, more or less. But Maya Vug grabs the Pirelli pole position.
That's going to be boring. Come on! Oh, let's go! Oh, that was good.
That's going to be reversed.
That will be 10th for race number 1. A bit later on today, but that will be 10th for Maya Vug. Ella Lloyd's, I think she's starting 3rd, so she'll be starting 7th in race 1 a bit later on today. But Emma Felbermeyer will be grabbing reverse grid pole position. That is very much a good lap. As the cars make their way back to the support paddock, we will be back for race 1 a little bit later on today, as we will get to go racing for race number 1. Qualifying results. It's Maya Vug who rounds pole position over Lisa Palmoski. Ella Lloyd in P3. Chloe Chambers P4. Diane Pan, the Dutchman, in P5. Leo Block in P16, Housen in P17, again in P8, Costerman in P9, and then Emma Felbenmeyer in P10. Rafaela Ferreira in P11, who was so close to reverse grid pole. Chloe Chong, Courtney Crone, Alba Larson, Nicole Havridar, Jordan Jaconte in P16, Aurelia Nobles, and Alba Larson. That is F1 Academy for you. That is qualifying, and we will be back for race 1 a little bit later on today. Thank you to everybody that joined. Thank you, Den. Thank you, Dominic. Thank you. Oh, think. Elizabeth. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you all for joining. I'll catch you guys later for F1 Academy.